Time for a cigarette to relieve the stresses of work.
What are you doing?
Okay, maybe not yet. You've been working hard. Now is the time for that cigarette.
What are you doing? You can't smoke in here. Go outside.
Shot down again. Now you have your cigarette. Okay. These days, it's tough to be a smoker in America.
Don't worry, I have it.
But there is a solution. It's not smoke, it's clean, smooth, flavorful water vapor.
Views Vapes. Nicotine time, anytime.
What's going on, everybody? Want to know what it's like to be in sports broadcasting? Well, hang out with me on the Craig Show as I go one-on-one with David Boris.
Who got you into the love of sports?
Into the love of sports, that would be my dad. I can remember very distinctly, I think I was 3 or 4 years old at the time, and he was headed to the sporting goods store in our town, and he asked me and my brother what we wanted him to bring back for us. And, you know, I didn't know anything about sports at the time. I just knew that my dad loved them, and I loved anything my dad loved. And I can recall watching ball games with him, and so I heard my brother ask for a catcher's mitt, and I didn't know what that was, but I knew what a batter's helmet was, but I called it a batter's mitt. I told Dad to bring me back a batter's mitt, and he did. He brought me back a batter's helmet, and that was the my first exposure to baseball as a little tiny kid.
Okay. What's your favorite sport to report on? They all have different aspects to them that are just so much fun. Football, because it's, and this may sound odd to some people, but it's a little bit slower paced. You have 3 to 7 seconds maybe of really intense action while the play's going on, and then you've got 30 seconds, sometimes a minute up until the next play, so you've got a lot of filler time. Basketball, on the other hand, is pretty fast-paced. They're moving back and forth up and down the court the entire time. Haven't had the opportunity to do baseball yet, but that's something I really look forward to, something I really want to do. And I think you have even more filler time there than you do with football. So each one is unique in its own right. I don't know if I could pick a favorite, honestly. I love them all. Okay. Okay, and basically, who got you into sports broadcasting?
Well, I grew up playing whatever sport was in season, and my family, I was very blessed. We had season tickets to the Cincinnati Reds games from 1976 up to about 2003. So some of my earliest memories revolve around Marty Brennaman and Joe Nuxall. My folks would come to school and pick my brother and I up as soon as school let out, take us to the ball game that evening, and they would have our pajamas in the car so that we could sleep in the car on the way home, because we lived about an hour north of Cincinnati. So I can remember many a night driving home after a Big Red Machine victory and having Marty Brennaman and Joe Nuxall kind of coming through the car speakers, and that was what I fell asleep to many, many times. So those are some of my earliest memories, and I guess that would probably be it.
Okay. And my last question, what is the most unusual play that you've ever seen as a sports broadcaster?
Good question. I would have to say, to this point, probably last season, we were calling Thomas More basketball. The men's basketball team was playing Bethany College, and my partner and I, we watched Thomas More give up an 11-point lead with a minute to go. Bethany came back and forced overtime, and at the end of that first overtime period, both teams started trading three-pointers. One would go up by 3, and the other would come down and match them. And at one point in that sequence, Bethany came down and hit 2 3-point shots that really had no business going in whatsoever. I think one time the guy split 2 defenders and threw it up off balance, and it went in off the glass. And it was just one of the craziest sequences I had ever seen. So that would probably be it up to this point.
Okay.
Thank you so much, David, for joining me today. This is Valerie Craig, and good night.
Thank you.
Ready and go. Get some music in there, maybe a little bit. That should be good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Are you tired of never being home when your packages are delivered? Are you worried someone might take them or they might get damaged? The Night Riders Courier Service has the solution.
Night Riders Courier Service delivers your packages when you are home to receive them for just $3.99. Or you can have all the packages you can order delivered for just $39.99 a month. So what are you waiting for? Try Night Riders Courier Service today.
For more information about our services, visit nightridercouriers.com or call us at 1-800-957-2320.
Night Riders Courier Service. We deliver only when you can receive.